He said, "Does that look okay? Hit another one?" And I did.
That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, on the second shot here at this first hole, a player will get a good sense of the winds here and how they can play a role at the old course.
And they'll also get a good sense of exactly how punishing this golf course can be, and with such the smallest things. For example, that burn is only about 3 or 4 yards across, and yet it is punishing, to say the least.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Frank, many golfers unaccustomed to the full effects of the wind and playing without a caddy watch with great intent as their well-struck approach shot ends up, 1, not only short of the hole, but 2, short of the green, and 3, short of the burn by some 10 yards.
Yeah, you only need a puff of breeze, really, because it comes over the mound that's behind that first green. And for some reason, that second shot always seems to play that sort of 3 or 4 yards longer, even for the best players in the game.
-1 in the early going. Good putt, and now 1 under par. Now to the second hole here at the Open Championship, and Frank, what's the best way to attack?
Ideally, if you're not the longest hitter, just down the right side. But if you've got some wind conditions, wind behind your back, you can nearly drive this green. I'm loving that balance.
Officials calling that one around 310 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good look at birdie. Second shot, good look at the green. And getting ready for the putt. -2 for the day. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Oh yeah, he's made it for a birdie. On the tee box here at the third now, Frank, all of these holes look relatively straightforward. Can a golfer get lured in a kind of a false sense of security off the tee here at the Old Course?
Well, you can. This hole, the third hole, even shorter than the second, so reachable. But a lot of people tend to bail out towards the left. That's the middle of the golf course. And that leaves you a devilish little pitch or short wedge across that big gaping bunker that protects both the third and the 15th green. So once again, I want to drive the ball down the right side, but there's a series of pot bunkers there.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Frank, you've been around this game for a pretty long time. Are players, in fact, more athletic today than they were, say, 20, 25 years ago?
There's no question, Rich, they are. That we've borrowed from other sports. If you can't make the player better, you can make them more athletic. And in the end, you're still making the golfer better.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet. Made a good run at birdie. He'll have to focus now. Try to walk away with the par. Now a 7-footer. So close. That's costly right there.
Painful.
He has a birdie opportunity here. So, Frank, what do you think of the start so far?
Rock solid. Very impressed.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. 1 under early in the round. Frank now at the 4th hole.
Yeah, long par 4. Two choices, whether he's game enough to drive it down the right or down the left, which is a much wider piece of fairway. What a great shot.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. What makes the Old Course at St. Andrews so memorable is not just the round of golf, but it's the setting. It's the old town. It's people watching from the windows nearby. All of that makes it really a good experience. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That is a tremendous shot right there. Touch and nerve. He had it all, and he has the bottom of the barrel. Well, this is going to be an interesting day. The wind is howling, or as they would say in Scotland, just a wee breeze. This could be a good one. Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Settles in over the putt. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Nice par to remain 1 under. Chance here at the par 5 fifth, Frank, to make a little move early in the round.
Yeah, it's certainly eagles galore. The fifth hole is one of the biggest greens on the golf course, shared with the 13th. So good tee shot, and you have a nice big target, even though it's a blind second shot coming up.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
And from the fairway for his second shot here. What was he thinking there?
I have no earthly idea.
This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt. Yeah, that's a good putt right there. From that distance, he'll settle. He can make eagle right here. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Locked in on the read and the speed. Good score going, now at 2 under par. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Now at the 6th, not a particularly long hole, Frank, par 4.
Yeah, semi-blind tee shot. You've got an idea where you want to hit, but there's a series of 3 bunkers. They're called the coffins down the left side, as well as some pop bunkers down the right. So this requires a very accurate tee shot.
Beautiful looking shot right here. That's a heck of a poke right there. 310 yards and in the fairway. Getting set for another approach. Our featured golfer really looks dialed in at this point.
Yeah, right now this is a great feeling to have as a golfer. Your swing's good, the timing, it's almost like it's just completely natural. You don't have to think. The swing is exactly where you want it to be. So really you're just looking at the flag in front of you.
This is a good looking shot. Good clean contact and a nice result, and a chance for birdie coming up. Chance to get it close here. Not a single weakness today. What a performance.
Really. This is an awkward length.
Wow, what a putt. That is huge. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Continuing from the oldest championship in the game. It's the Open Championship at the old course at St. Andrews. Here at the 7th hole now, Frank.
Yeah, you try and hit your tee shot over a little stone there. It's called the March stone. That's a good line for like left of center. And, well, if you can just work it off that, good tee shot. You're only going to have a pitch in here to a green that's set up very high.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards.
Second shot.
Pure strike, good result.
And that is close.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
Now 8 under on the day. Just a couple of feet. Good roll. Solid. That's a par. Now to the par 3-8. Frank, what's the best way to go at it?
Well, for these players, straight at the flag. This is the first par 3 you'll see, and a good chance to make 2 coming up ahead. But we do see a lot of long putts here with an errant tee shot. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good looking birdie. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side.
It's at sneaky distance.
Wow, touch of a locksmith out there, making everything.
Yeah, and the result, yet another birdie too. Totally in command.
Well, look out, here he comes. 4 under par now after that birdie. Always so important to finish your first 9 holes on a positive note here at the Open Championship.
Yeah, the 9th hole, this is the most extreme part, furthest away from the clubhouse, in the middle of the loop here. A good drive, though, that avoids those bunkers has every chance of finding this par 4 with your tee shot.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. We'll settle. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Oh, can't hide the flag stick from that man. Setting up for an approach shot here. Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
Getting set now over the putt. Starting to move in the right direction. 5 under after that made putt. So they'll tap in. 10 under par on the day. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
These winds have held up all day long, definitely playing a part in the shot making we're seeing out there today. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Second shot, good look at the green. Just 5 feet left. Good work right there, now to 6 under.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
And go ahead and do that for birdie. Frank, another famous hole, this time the par 311.
Yeah, this hole was made famous by the left bunker, which is called the Hill, where Bobby Jones, when he first played St Andrews, couldn't get the ball out of the bunker, so in the end he actually ripped up his scorecard. A lot's changed since then, but the hole hasn't lost its luster.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Has this from 170 yards away. All right, the winds are starting to pick up. Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. What's the right way to approach it?
Well, you've really got to find out, first of all, the direction of the wind, and you have to be certain of it right now. And plus, if there's a gust, that's something you can't, you've got no control over.
these putts keep the round together. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Seven under on the day. For the par.
He's made it. Frank, the charm of St. Andrews, the history of the old course, it all sort of comes into view here at the 12th, doesn't it?
Yeah, very pretty hole. Eden Estuary to the right, and obviously a nice view of the township of St. Andrews in the distance. But long hitters can just lick their chops and have a crack at this green. All they've got to do is worry about that little pot bunker short. But either into the breeze, or if you're not a long hitter, you've got to worry about those 4 bunkers that are well placed smack bang in the middle of this fairway.
Just an ideal lie, Frank. What can he do from here?
Well, if he takes advantage of the tee shot now and goes at this flag, then he'll certainly gain on the field.
Frank, looking at that shallow rear shelf here at the 12th, it looks as though it just sort of runs away on all sides.
It does. There's such a small piece in that top high portion. Chances of getting it on the right level, you have to be very, very precise.
Beautiful approach shot there and a good chance to take advantage. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Here at the par 4 13th hole at the old course, Frank, what's the best play? Power, or do you go with precision?
Well, you'd like a nice mixture of both there, Rich. If you can take those coffins out of play, that's the name for those series of bunkers sort of down the middle, then obviously you've got a much shorter shot coming in, and then you've got a chance to actually have a full view of this green.
Nothing wrong with that one. How about 300 yards and in the fairway? Now playing the second here at the par 4. Superb shot.
Well, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one. Second shot. Safely on deck.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Knocking down all the shots today. Now at 13 under.
Been pretty good all day from this distance. Just trying to take care of business.
Drops for a birdie. Frank, you can actually play this 14th hole by taking a detour to another hole on the front side. Explain.
Yeah, that's the 4th hole. The 4th hole is adjacent to the 14th, and if you're in a little bit of trouble off the tee, there's nothing wrong with playing the 14th as a zigzag style par 5. So that means the drive, if it doesn't go down the right, you go further left and then back to the green. But it's a safer way, but a much longer option. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there.
Oh, I liked that.
Second from an excellent lie.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. See a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Right, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Drops it in for birdie. Under par on the day. Frank, one of the things I always loved about links golf is that you're not aiming at a flagstick or a tree, but sometimes you're aiming for a steeple in the distance, and this is a good example here at the 15th.
Yeah, the church steeple is the exact line off the tee. That gives you sort of the center of the fairway. Really, you don't have to be overly bold off the tee. This is about just finding a nice flat lie for that second shot. Because this is another difficult green that's well protected by just one little bunker that's in the front left that you don't think comes into play. But if your second shot doesn't land the right distance, more often than not, it just gets swallowed up by that.
Good tee shot right in the short grass.
Good lie in the fairway. A good chance to make something happen here. There are a number of really good and important grow the game initiatives out there. One of those is the First Tee program, and that allows youngsters who otherwise might not have an opportunity, the chance to put a golf club in their hands, allows them the chance to pick up this game and learn some of the core values that come along with it. It's about much more than making a score. It's about integrity. It is about responsibility, values like that. And this game is so good in instilling those kind of characteristics in young people. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Almost. Wow. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Well, you could see he thought he had that.
It looked in the whole way until the end.
So a tester from 4 feet. And that's in for a par.
This putt for par.
Just playing great. 14 under already. 16th hole is a par 4 here at the Old Course. Frank, with another one of those sort of funky features.
Yes, a series of 3 bunkers called the Principal's Nose, plus that out of bounds on the right. So really err on the side of caution, avoiding both the out of bounds and the Principal's Nose. Nothing wrong with going a little bit left here. But the further left you go, then it makes that second shot that much harder because you'll have to bring it across that little pot bunker in the front called the Wig.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Good-looking shot right here. Doing whatever he wants with that golf ball. Moving it left, moving it right, hitting it straight when it's called for. He's doing it all. Looking at 130 yards now for the second shot. Getting ready for the putt. Well, in the words of the late, great baseball commentator for the Yankees, Phil Rizzuto, it's time for Holy Cow, Whitey. That's 11 under par. He'll take par and move on. Frank, the 17th hole, you can get room service along the way here?
You can. If you flare one right there, you'll also pay a penalty for out of bounds. And so that hamburger better taste good, better be worth it. A little left of that, a little left of the out of bounds, and you're left with a second shot. That's fairly daunting because you have the road hole bunker to avoid and the road behind the green. Hence the name. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That
will be a great look at birdie. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. This is a 9-footer. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, do you buy the old adage, drive for show, putt for dough?
Oh, putting's the great equalizer, Rich.
You like the sound of this. 11 under par for the round. Well, when you stick your tee into the hallowed grounds, you're on the 18th at the old course at St. Andrews. Frank, you know you're playing a piece of history.
And a chance, too, to finish it off in style, because this par 4 is reachable. A lot of people will aim at the clock tower, which is on the R&A building in the distance. That's a little left of the screen. If you feel a little brave and you want to make a hero of yourself, just aim a little further right, exactly where the green is. Avoid the Valley of Sin, and you might just have a wee dram at the end of the day.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway.
That's an absolute beauty.
Setting up for an approach shot here. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
He'd love to get this one. Big putt for birdie. So close.
And yet it still counts for another shot.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Oh, yeah, he's made it for a birdie. $11 under on the day. Frank, that was just a dazzling display of golf today.
It's amazing how a game at times that can be so hard can just absolutely drive you crazy can appear to be so simple. This was just an absolute joy to watch today.
So that'll do it for Frank Nobilo and our entire team. I'm Rich Lerner. Until next time. Presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. And hello again and welcome, Rich Lerner, alongside my pal Frank Nobilo. We are here in the wonderful state of Georgia, getting ready to kick off the round at East Lake Golf Club.
And what a great course it is too, Rich. Normally a par 72 for the members, but seeing we're going to play off the pros tee today, the 5th and the 10th hole, which are normally par 5s, will be reduced to par 4s, so a very strict par of 70.
Let's take it down to the tee. Excited to call all the action today out on the course for you. They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee. Excellent looking shot here. So going well up the hill to that green, we'll need to take an extra club here. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Now with the approach shot here at the par 4 first. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Settles in over the putt. One under early in the round. Putt for par. Needs one.
Has his par. On to the second hole now. And really a nice mix of opening holes here at East Lake. 214 yards here on this tricky par 3. Frank, there's a real art to putting a good score on the board, isn't there?
Yeah, that's why stroke play is so tough, Rich. You're trying to minimize everything on a golf course, turn a 6 into a 5 or a 4 into a 3. It's like even off the edge of a green, trying to get up and down in 2 rather than 3. And you've got to do it for 18 straight holes. If it's a 72-hole tournament, then you've got to do it for 4 straight days. And that's why that's always been the best predictor of our best players, the ones that can go 4 days and make the least number of mistakes. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Great effort right there, and a great chance to knock in that short putt. Headed for the bunker? Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. Great professionals, Frank, they don't fear the greenside bunker shot, do they?
No, because you can be as aggressive or as conservative as you want. You actually have far more options. And you don't have to hit the ball first.
He has a 12-footer here. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking him for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. -1 in the early going. Trying to limit the damage here. This putt is for bogey. That's a bogey. Hole number 3 is a par 4, just 390 yards.
Whoops, Rich, this is way offline.
Oh, yeah. Get down. That's out of bounds, and it'll cost him a shot. Now on his 3rd shot after being penalized for going out of bounds.
Yeah, tough break, really, Rich, on that last shot. It just got away from him.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops. You're a good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. Well, it's a little absurd, that, Rich. The shot wasn't that hard, but it's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Regarded as a very accurate player, that shot says it all. Getting set now over the putt. Not used to seeing that. Going to drop a shot at the third. 12 feet still to go. Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
Frank, you hate to miss it from that distance.
More than a setback there.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. +1 in the early going. Clean this up with a tap. So, with that, 3 over par now for the round. Here now at the par 4 fourth hole at East Lake, and it is 440 yards in length.
What a great shot.
And that's where you want to be at the fourth, in the fairway. Second shot here at the fourth. Bunkers guarding the front corners of the green. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
This one's looking good. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Good work there. Now to even par. That has to feel good. That's a birdie. And now the fifth hole and a challenging par 4 here. It is 520 yards long, and Frank, it rewards precision off the tee.
This is one of the narrowest fairways on the golf course, Rich. Not only that, your tee shot's blind, so you're not going to know where that ball finishes up. Fairway also tilts right to left, so you're going to have to hit that tee shot down the right side. That's fine.
Over the years, this golf course has hosted so many national and regional championships, including the 1950 U.S. Women's Amateur, the 1963 Ryder Cup, and 2001 U.S. Men's Amateur Championship. It is now the permanent home of the Tour Championship by Coca-Cola, the culminating event of the PGA Tour playoffs for the FedEx Cup. This, the second shot here at the par 4. Birdie try up next. Remember, this was converted from a par 5 to a long par 4. It's a tough second shot here at the 5th. Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Good chance at one. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good. Just did not take that final break.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Made a good run at birdie. He'll have to focus now. Try to walk away with the par. This is an 11-foot putt.
That looked like it nearly got below the lip, the level of the lip there.
Can't believe that one, Frank. That was a complete horseshoe right there.
Shouldn't be a problem here.
Frank, I thought that was in. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Well, he has that for bogey, and I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the third hole seems to have really shaken his confidence. Frank, he just can't seem to put it together today.
Yeah, really, you've got to go back to that double bogey, Rich, because ever since then, it's been like a different player. And that's one thing that you have to get over, experience-wise. Somehow you've got to let that go, but it is easier to say and harder to do.
It is a windy day out here, Frank. My hat just blew off. This is going to affect the players' shots, that's for sure. I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. Look out, this could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards...
Frank, I hate to go negative, but let's clear a few things up. The penalties when you hit it in the water versus hitting it out of bounds.
Yeah, some people, that's a good question, Rich, because some people think they're almost the same, but when you hit it out of bounds, you're actually losing a stroke and a distance. For example, if I'm teeing off on a par 4 and I hit it out of bounds, I'm penalised a stroke for hitting out of bounds, and I'm hitting my third shot off the tee. When I hit it into a water hazard, I don't have to lose all of that distance. I can drop the ball up just short of the water hazard. So the distance penalty isn't the same as if it was out of bounds.
So hit the previous shot in the water, took a drop, this now the third shot. Well, he knew it right from the start. Just a poor putt. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Just trying to keep this round on track. Has that putt, stays at 1 over.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here.
Bit unfortunate, loses a shot here with that bogey.
Now at the 7th hole, Frank, what are we looking at?
A dogleg left, but really you have to hit that ball down the right side. The reason why, it's away from the bunkers and it's a better angle to this elevated green.
Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Good swing, good shot yet again. No doubt they'll be happy with that shot. Well played. These putts keep the round together.
Been a rocky road to this point. 4 over par on the round.
So they'll tap in. Did the job right there. Hole number 8, now another dogleg left. Set up here, 405 yards, par 4. Good spot right there.
Center cut.
Strong winds continue to be a factor. Frank, I know you've played all over the world. How much did you enjoy the challenge of playing into a stiff breeze?
Well, it was a chance to separate yourself from the rest of the field, Rich. Just like these conditions we're seeing right now. You've really got to be smart. Pick the right shot. If you get too aggressive on a day like today, you'll pay a far more severe price than normal.
Club selection obviously is crucial.
Oh, it's imperative today.
Take an extra club or two, choke down.
Very much so.
The approach now at the par 4 8th. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say. It's that sneaky distance.
Hard putt, soft hands, beautiful putt.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. So with a make, moves to even par. Here at the 9th hole, the first par 5 of the day, a long drive provides an opportunity to reach this green in 2, especially if the hole is playing downwind. Second shot will be either a mid to long iron layup short of a fairway bunker on the left, or a fairway wood try for the green in 2. That green is guarded in front by deep bunkers, and anything long will be a difficult up and down.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Up with the big boys now, Frank.
Well, we saw that previous tee shot go 310. This one's further.
Playing his second shot here at the par 5. And from the fairway for his second shot here. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Good scoring opportunity here with a second shot to this par 5 ninth. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Ready for his third shot. Needs to hit this close. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. That's as bad as I have seen. Folks, that one is now on the fringe.
If you hit enough shots, every now and again, one's going to go in.
Crazy, crazy game. Just a couple of feet. So with that, they're trying to fight back, now at 2 over. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. We are back on a beautiful day here at East Lake Golf Club in Atlanta. Set to kick off all the action on the back nine. The 10th is 469 yards.
Par 5 for the members, Rich, par 4 for the pros. There is a lake down there, but it's only for top of Ted, not these great players in the field. 9 bunkers, last time I counted them here on 10, and I'd like to think they're not all in play. I've got to mention one thing, though. There's an out of bounds left of those bunkers on the left. And believe me, I've seen a few go over the fence.
I've played some golf with Topper Ted, also with Hacker Harry. Good players. Getting set now for the approach here at the 10th.
A good drive down the left side. Looks nicely at this green, but the green pitches from that back right to the front left. You can use the slope to your advantage.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. In the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down.
Second shot. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Third shot coming up now from the bunker. He'll take that one all day long. Very solid, about 15 feet away. Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means.
Really. This is that awkward length.
Starting the back nine on a sour note here with a drop shot. Bogey at the 10th. Settles in over the putt. Frank, that looked good to me. That's costly right there.
Painful.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. So, with that, 3 over par now for the round. Clean this up with a tap. Take no pleasure in saying it, but it's a fact. It's a double bogey. Now at the only hole on the course that starts with a 1 at the beginning of the yardage, this par 3 11th, just under 200 yards, right around 197.
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. That will be a great look at birdie. It's in the hole. Just a sensational shot right there. This is a 9-footer.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Three over for the day. Now at the downhill par 4 12th and looking at only 391 yards.
Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for 11.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Sizing up your second shot now to the par 4 12th. Frank, what are you visualizing?
Well, you can take a little bit off this yardage, Rich. It's a pretty pleasing second shot. Big circle of the green. And actually, this green has probably about the least amount of slope at Eastlake.
These putts keep the round together. So, 1 over par for the round. Just 5 feet left. Trying to stay steady, make a par. Saves par, stays at 3 over. Ball is teed up at the par 4 13th. A good one, 476 yards. Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Now, what's the key here on this approach shot at the 13th, Frank?
You can see why high soft landing shots really are the go-to here at Eastlake. Great example here at 13. Off an uphill lie, nice high soft landing second shot will certainly get well rewarded.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
tugged that one a little bit offline to the left. And he'll pay a bit of a price because that rough is fairly thick.
You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Getting set now over the putt.
All right, no damage done. Stays at 1 over par with that putt. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
So with that putt,
2 over par now. At the 14th now, 442-yard par 4 goes downhill a bit.
Yeah, you have to hit the ball down the left side of the fairway, Rich, because everything slopes to the rough on the right. Ball hangs up on the left side. There is a lone tree in the rough there that often comes into play. Green slopes away from the players to the left, and those two bunkers, the reason why they're pinched in, well, when you're in the rough, you'll find out why they're there.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Frank, can one small tweak from an instructor lead to a big turnaround?
With the right player, yeah. You just want to hear the right message. It's like anyone in life. You just want to be pointed in the right direction. Got to be careful here. Downhill, he's got to time it good because your weight's a little bit more on your front foot. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Back to par for the round. Has this to save par. 2 over for the day. This par 5 15th measures in at only 525 yards. There is a chance to get to the green in 2 without question, but there's also some trouble out there. Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway. This looks to be at least an extra club, maybe 2 clubs going way up that hill to the green.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Frankie's knocking them down and picking them up.
Oh, it's just taking pins out, one after the other.
This is an all-important approach shot here at the 15th. You want to make birdie, maybe even an eagle. So what's the best way to get that done, Frank?
This is where a utility club really comes in handy. It's easy to hit, gets the ball up quickly, and it's going to guarantee that second shot distance that's required to get to at least the front edge.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Oh, I thought he had that. Well, that's just a case of not focusing right there. What a lapse in concentration.
Even par currently.
Still playing even for the day after the par.
So they'll tap in.
That is a solid par putt.
Frank, this is really a picturesque hole. As you look out, you can see the Atlanta skyline, and you can also see, with just a few holes to play, maybe a $10 million pot of gold.
If you can't smell the finish from here, then you never will. And you're right. You know, you've got water coming up after this hole. Good tee shot here. If you want to challenge those bunkers, so be it. If you can somehow thread it just right of that, then you'll have a chance at the second shot that also is going to play downhill.
Frank, what's the play here on the 16th?
Downhill second shot, perhaps take one club less, and also just let the ball release on this green.
Superb shot.
Well, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. And getting ready for the putt. Makes the putt and goes to 1 under. One over for the day. Over the last decade, the 17th at 455 yards with that water looming left has proven to be one of the most dramatic holes in golf.
Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Really well played onto the fairway here at the 17th. Frank, now one of the most important shots of the round, the second here at the 17th at East Lake.
It's amazing what a second shot in the middle of a green will do, especially in this sort of a situation, Rich. You can putt to all the corners of this green.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Shouldn't be a problem here.
And that's a birdie.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Did the job right there. On to the finishing hole here at Eastlake Golf Club. Not many courses end with a par 3. It's always a fun finishing hole.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it. Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back? There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Sometimes you get breaks, and he got one right there.
Yeah, I guess the bunker was a little smaller than I thought it was. It looked doomed for that.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
That was not a very good read right there. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. So a 71 on the day from about 8 feet. Just a tap in to finish the hole.
So with that, the score is now at even par.
Well, that about wraps things up for us here today. I'd like to thank my partner, Frank Nobilo. Enjoyed it, Frank.
Certainly did, Rich. Once again, the golf course provided more than a stern test.
And for the entire team, I'm Rich Lerner. Until next time. Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Frank, what are the keys to posting a good score out here at Banff Springs?
Par 5's very reachable. There's a chance, obviously, for an eagle or two if you hit good tee shots. So that's the way you're going to take it deep today.
Now down to the par 4 first hole, and Frank a chance to get out of the gates with a pretty good score on the card.
Certainly is, Rich. Fairly generous fairway. I think a lot of right-handers prefer a little dogleg left to start the day. That's exactly what you have in front of you.
Frank, what's the best way to attack on this second shot, opening hole?
Less confusion, Rich. Just look at the flag. This is a fairly flat piece of fairway we're heading off and to a green that's very generous. This looks like it's going to find the target.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole.
Second shot, good look at the green.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law. No, it's that sneaky distance.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
And so just getting started, even par so far. Par attempt here. Still even par for the day. Frank, it's always nice to begin a round with a little variety. We had a relatively short par 4 opening hole and now a par 3 to back it up.
You can see why short iron play is going to be paramount today, Rich. Short iron into the first hole and a chance here to hit another short iron into a short par 3. So you can get off to a very fast start. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Just when you think you're going to make birdie. Now, have to really concentrate on this and at least make par.
Oh, I thought he had that. Wait, that looked for all the world like it was dead center.
I've got no idea how that missed.
Drops for a par.
Even par currently.
Drops it, and he's at even par. Well, Frank, as we get to the third hole here, a par 5, it feels to me like you need to be at a minimum 1 under through the first 3 holes or you're losing ground to the field.
You're exactly right. Chance here for birdie or eagle too. This is one of those holes you can just wind it up and let it fly, and you'll certainly get a good reward with a big tee shot.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.